I actually was going to suggest, if I don't know if you want to do it, BlackCriticGuy did a defense of Cuties, and it is the first thing that made me is like, no, was he considered the best movie of 2020? It's just like, I like your reaction.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out places. What the fuck? Black. Oh shit! BlackCriticGuy. I can't remember who.
He was
who the fuck he
was
is.
the weeb. He was the weeb guy.
Send us a link to this guy's
Well,
video.
let me find it. Yes.
But also poignant, daring, thoughtful, well executed, and dare I say, the best film I've seen in 2020.
Better than fucking Sonic the Hedgehog.
Better than Mortal Kombat Legends Scorpion's Revenge.
You are going to seriously call a movie that was made out of the exploitation of, sexualizing children, exploiting them in that sort of manner, and actively shows it on camera. You're going to call that better than Sonic the Hedgehog, which is basically a lighthearted, legitimately fun film. BlackCriticGuy.
Or any movie ever.
Were you dropped as a baby? Addressing
The
the
backlash towards Cuties is entirely Netflix's fault and no one else's.
No!
I mean, Netflix have a good part in this, but they aren't the only ones to blame here.
Yeah, if somebody was to actually find out... Okay, Netflix is only the reason as to why that became so widespread. I will agree that there is somewhat a point to what BlackCriticGuy is saying, in that Netflix, made such wide awareness to it, I mean, without Netflix making wide awareness to it with that provocative poster and so forth, Cuties probably would not have the raw amount of hatred towards it right now. So in that regards, I guess I thank Netflix, sort of.
Actually, to be fair to Netflix, which I don't think Netflix at all in this. However, though, their strategy, I feel, was because Sundance was praising this movie. This was a Sundance favorite. So they were like, well, let's pick up the Sundance movie. And they were like, okay, let's do something with this. And I think there are some scumbags in there. Yeah, for sure.
It's not the media's job to raise your kids, so stop letting them and be more involved in your kids' lives. To me...
Well, no shit, Sherlock, but that doesn't justify Cuties!
All of this could have been summed up. His whole spiel could have been summed up in a couple sentences. Parents should monitor what their kids watch. I summed that up in maybe less than a second. Why do we need the big essay that goes on, makes no sense, this wall of text? No, just no. Please don't. BlackCriticGuy, just don't.
And speaking of the actresses, each of them gave solid performances. I was particularly surprised at how well
what manipulation of the adults in the room, fuckface? At what manipulation were they told to give it their all in the twerking scenes?
Yeah.
These Cuties defenders, they just don't get it. They're fucking morons.
Also, my brother put it best when I talked to him about this film, when he said that despite all that the film portrayed and showed, it is clearly a work of art. We've gotten so accustomed...
No.
Yeah, work of art.
Fuck that. I'll be damned if I ever accept the idea of real life sexualization of real life underage kids as art. And I'm just listening to him bring out his whole spiel about this movie, about how the movie is a social commentary, about how if yeah, if a kid's left unattended from their parents, that they will get their influences from bad influences, like rather sexualizing influences, then they're going to follow those influences. And I'm just thinking to myself, you're not really helping your case, because that can be done in literally any other way than telling a underage girl, hey, twerk your ass for the camera here so we can post it in the movie.
Make the girl twerk so we can tell you this is wrong. Guys, I promise you, I am not a horrible human being. What are you talking about?
This is the biggest way from Cuties. We need to be better parents for our kids. The over-sexualization of teens and adolescents is also...
They're not even teens! They're preteens!
Yeah.
A very cogent point the film makes. And I personally find it weird that everyone is all up in arms and angry about a film that addresses the issue honestly and directly rather than the issue itself. It's a very kill the messenger scenario. People are directing their anger in the wrong place. They shouldn't be directing it toward...
What?
Oh no, don't worry. We shouldn't be directing our anger towards a movie that shows kids, actual kids, in sexual situations. No. We should really. Let's let him finish the sentence. What should we direct our hatred towards?
You fucking idiot! Nobody is misdirecting their anger.
Cuties. It should be towards those who actually sexualize teens for rape.
They were actually sexualizing teens! Or preteens! You moron!
To the average movie-going experience. Films that don't truly surprise us, they thrill us, they entertain us. But we normally get a knee-jerk reaction to films that challenge us. Films that are quite unique and different or go against the grain. Or say something about our society that we're...
Oh yeah.
It's so brave. Did you know?
Pedophile type shit does go against the grain. And let me tell you, the grain, as far as that goes, is in the right direction, guy, and nothing should be going against the grain. Nothing and no one should be going against the grain in that regard. So fuck off with that whole go against the grain and challenge you type bullshit.
Well, this is, you don't understand. Did you know that something obviously bad is bad? I would never have guessed that until this movie. I mean, I'm stupid, so what do I know? Clearly, I needed to be told. It's like. Oh
yeah, I was never ever taught that children should not be running away to some sexualizing type shit where they can get used and abused and even drugged up by all the fucking the room that are a whole lot smarter and more mentally developed. I never thought of that, Arkham. Gee, I feel stupid now. This Cuties movie has just put a whole new perspective on my reality.
Yeah, this is just let's get this over with.
Why did this thing have to become a thing in 2020? It's one thing for us to barely miss World War III. It's another thing, and it's one thing for the coronavirus thing to happen and all the fascistic lockdowns that happen over it. It's one thing for all the riots and the further dividing of America over fucking race and all that shit. It's one thing for all these massive fires to be happening in the world. But this... 2020, you had to provide us this? Really? Really, nigga?
Race or accept at the time. And when a film can make you question many things and have...
What does it make me question? I already know that child sexualization was wrong, dipshit!
Onslaught of different opinions, emotions, and feelings... That, in its essence, is a work of art. Because works of art are supposed to bring things like that out of people. They're supposed to make them question what they just witnessed. Make them ponder over and over about how the work made them.
Oh.
And that's what...
Oh, yes.
Oh, my fuck.
Yes. Okay, let's break down the amazing messages that this film... children acting like this is bad. Wow, I didn't need a movie telling me that. Oh, wait a minute. Muslim culture bad. Conservative Muslim culture. Okay, cool. Beans. Why should we care? I think a lot of people don't like it particularly. Kids are evil. Wow. Thanks, movie. I really needed to learn that. It's not like I spent my entire life learning that fact for myself. I guess we needed an entire movie to tell us the most obvious thing on the planet. That kids are jerks. Thanks, movie. I now learned.
Jesus Christ, please forgive us.
That it did something very unique, something I don't see mostly. It challenged my perspective on certain things, and I actually appreciated the experience that Cuties gave me. I may not watch it religiously. It may not be my favorite film to watch over and over again.
I would fucking hope for your sake that was not the case, fuckstick. And he says that he appreciates the experience of it. The experience of the movie, just from the few clips that I've seen, is completely soul draining, soul destroying. I don't.
It's bad. It really is not worth watching.
Everybody, avoid this movie. Just gather vaguely what evidence that you know of how bad it is. If you're going to be engaging in the argumentation of how Cuties is so fucking bad. That's all the most that you need to see of it. You do not need to see the movie itself. If
you don't need to see. Don't make my mistake and say, "Oh, I'm gonna watch it because someone's streaming and ripping it apart." Don't do that. Don't. It wasn't worth it. You'll get anything out of it. The only thing I gain out of it is if someone says you haven't watched the movie. I say, actually, I have, and I know what I'm talking about. So shut up. That's the only thing. It's just that one counterpoint. That's about it. That's all you're going to gain out of it.
That is the most petty response that all these cutie defenders give. Oh, so you didn't watch the movie?
No. That's the second most petty the response. The first is you're racist because she's black. The woman director is black. Therefore, you're.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because we all know that being against pedophilia is totally an alt-right thing. And as we all know, alt-righters, they also hate black people. So obviously, it all makes sense now, Arkham Knight Rider.
Yeah, that's the other.
I won't forget the experience it gave me, the lessons it taught me.
Of how much of it's
what lessons did you gain from it that you haven't learned already? I think that's another issue with the film. Is that it teaches you stuff, but every other movie, there's a bunch of other movies that teach the same thing.
Teaches you stuff that if
you want an anti-pedophile movie, just watch Hard Candy. Watch that. That's way better than this. Also, doesn't actually sexualize children. That's a good reason to watch it. The other reason is this is generally a very tense and interesting film.
Mm.
Whether you agree with that notion or not, but one thing I do want you to take away from this video is that I feel as though the hate for Cuties was completely unwarranted.
Fuck you! Fuck you, BlackCriticGuy. Fuck you! The hate is completely warranted for what was done in the production of this movie.
And just how it was marketed and how people are defending it. Yeah.
Can't believe the twisted mind of our modern day civilization, people.
Yeah.
I'm at a loss.
Example of judging a book by its cover. People immediately condemn the movie without giving it a chance to tell its story and to be judged objectively and fairly. But
we are judging it objectively. Pedophilia and child sexualization is objectively bad, and that is what is done in this movie.
I hope that after seeing this video, people can see what the filmmaker's intent was.
I know already what the supposed intent was, but I don't give a flying ass fuck.
Film and then judge it on its own merits. And if you still don't want to see it because of the over sexualizing of the children,
You think?
Oh, yeah, oh yeah, that's such a shocking revelation. I don't know how you could come across that very well, but yeah, really, what a shock. That's why people were probably angry about it.
and I completely understand that. Just so long as you can understand why I think it's great.
No, I don't. I completely don't. I don't see how you can like take all these supposedly good things about the movie and have that completely outweigh the fucking child sexualization. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Fuck yourself. Fuck yourself with a rusty razor blade, Black Critic Guy.
Sum it all up, Cuties
Sideways.
is a superb film that takes an honest, hard look at our society, from the internet culture influencing our children to the degradation of parenting. It's supported by solid direction, stellar raw performances, and strong writing. And while I wouldn't call it an epic masterpiece, I will say it's definitely one hell of a film. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will conclude my video on why I think Cuties is not a bad film whatsoever. And
yeah, go fuck yourself. I'm not going to watch the rest of this 2 minutes. It's probably irrelevant to watch the rest of it, but that was terrible.
Yeah, that was something. I
can't believe that I just watched an entire review defending
a 19-minute review.